Good afternoon, Dog Cruises fans and American Classifieds fans. We are here once again visiting some of our clients. Remember, trying to keep it local, shop local, keep our money local. And Picture Frame Outlet has been with the magazine since the beginning. And a lot of people don't know this, but if you come into the office, we actually have every one of our issues that we've ever done. We get them done on a tile. And then these guys here frame it for us, and we get it mounted on the wall, so it's a pretty cool setup. So we're going to go in here and see Greg Groves, and we'll see if we can find him. There's Greg over there. So when you come in, it's really colorful, and boy, you really get, look at how vibrant all this stuff is. And this is actually metal. So they do that on metal and then get it mounted up. I think all these are actually metal. They are. So where's Greg? There's Greg. How are you today, Greg?
I'm well. How are you, Vic?
I'm doing well. So we were just outside talking about the fact that we like to shop local, we like to stay local, we like to do business with our local businesses, and so
Absolutely.
We thought we'd stop in and the first thing you notice when you come in here, it is so colorful.
Well, thank you. Yeah, sort of by design, of course, but we certainly want to make an impression when you come in.
Well, you definitely make an impression. I mean, this wall here is just amazing. So you guys have been part of the community since 1980.
81.
Since 1981,
Right.
And you've been at this location since what?
Been here since 1989.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you get somewhere, you like it. So
Right.
we're going to we'd if you have time, we'd love a little tour walk
Yeah.
around of the place.
Absolutely. So you guys started out with what I think is the best. These are all prints on aluminum. And this is all my dad's photography work. My dad is Mike Groves.
For those of you that don't know, he's a really famous photographer.
Right. Well, famous is a
Infamous photographer.
Yes, infamous, famous. It's versatile.
Right.
So these are all printed on aluminum, and the neat part about them is, you hear that kind of like thunder, just rattling that aluminum. But the neat thing is that the aluminum prints provide such a wide range of colors and
They
depth
really
of
do.
field
It's
and-
crazy how good that looks, and I don't know if you fully get that in the. I mean, that almost looks like you're there.
Right. It gives you a very three-dimensional feel. Now, we're looking at ones that I believe are a little flatter than like this Ristra that almost looks like you can just pull a chili off of it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So the aluminum prints are relatively new. Within the last 2 or 3 years, we've certainly shown a lot more of that within the last couple of years. Just
Wow,
a
look at that.
huge range of color. This one, again, this is kind of a spec piece. This is all mounted to plexiglass or to an acrylic, and then with the beveled edge.
Wow.
The corner accents here, yeah, it's just one big piece of acrylic. Just a really neat piece. These are more of the unframed things, and then we work our way into the gallery. We get a few more framed items. Again, Mike Groves. We've got a few other artists in here. This Gene Buchanan with the two Indians here. Gene also does these buffalo pieces here, which are just really fantastic, colorful, bright pop of color for the living room.
Why do I feel like this one here just looks so lifelike?
Right.
It's like there's
It's almost like you can touch it.
it almost like it follows you.
Yeah.
If you look at its eyes, they like follow you around the room.
Right.
Isn't that crazy? That is the
That
crazy.
is
That's one
wild.
of those like and check this out. That's Wayne being goofy.
So then we work our way into again some more frame pieces. This one is my personal favorite, called the Dancing Yuccas. It's my favorite because the artistry behind the photograph is pretty spectacular. This was taken back when film cameras were the thing, and so in film, in order to touch the peaks like he has here, he had to calculate the number of degrees from north to turn the tripod for each separate picture. So there really is a little more artistry behind that,
Yeah.
as opposed to, well, we'll just take some snaps and we'll put it together in Photoshop and everything will be great.
That's cool.
So that's one of my very favorite pieces.
So on top of, oh look, and here's there's our Dog Cruises fans.
That's
there you
right.
go. That's cool. So one of the things, so of course you have all these finished pieces
Sure.
ready to go, and the photographs, but people can come in. I can bring, which I was supposed to today, and I forgot, a piece of art, and you will frame it, and you will take care of it. So would you mind showing us where the magic happens in the back?
Yeah, let's come back here in the back. Actually, I'll point out the wall here.
Oh, right, all the
that
frames.
has all of our frame samples on it. Over 3,000 different samples of frames, and then again, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 samples of mats.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see that. It goes on and on.
Sky's kind of the limit. The other nice part about the Organ Mountain photos and my dad's work is that everything is custom. So if you've got a special size, if you've got a nicho in that house that you want to
You
put
can make it
something
work.
in that nicho, we make that happen.
All right, so we're going to go in the back here, and we're going to see, I think you're
Yes.
going to
yes.
show us a little thing.
So this is the computerized mat cutter, and Curtis is going to grab his lunch. So this is really where the magic happens. For years and years, we cut mats by hand, and in order to do, we'll come back to this image on the screen here in a minute. But in order to do ovals and straight lines at the same time, you had to use two different machines in order to do it by hand. The computerized mat cutter does it all in one swoop.
I see that. I'm looking at this fancy setup here. So you're going to show us how this works real quick.
Absolutely. So it runs pneumatic and electric. The computer, we go in, we specify the size, the outside size, the inside size, and then we can do some other things as far as changing that opening up. And we've got one pre-designed here. We're just going to let this kind of run on its own here. I'll take you around the shop here in a minute. We'll come back and ta-da,
It'll be done.
It'll all be done. Make sure we set the blade properly, and away we go.
All right. So this is a pretty big behind the scenes
It is. So
where they're making things. It's like Santa's workshop.
it is very much like Santa's workshop. Tiny hammers and everything. Show them, Wayne.
It is tiny hammers.
Tiny hammer. So this is really our production area. This comes back again to the mat boards. These are all mat boards that we're keeping in stock. Not only this side, but the other side, Vic, and actually the front of this as well. This is all mat boards kept in stock. One of the things we pride ourselves in is the ability to turn things around in just a number of days.
I was just going to ask you that. What's the usual turnaround if somebody brings something in?
If we've got everything in stock, we're turning around typically in 3 to 5 days.
Wow.
5 being the ultimate max.
Gotcha.
If we've got to order something, we're looking at a week. But even at that, we know how precious your artwork is to you, and we want you to be able to enjoy that as soon as possible at home.
Nice.
Hey,
So yeah, you can see it just kind of goes on and on.
Second mat in. So this again in front of you there, and
It's kind of funny how all your employees look like
looks
Wayne.
Like Wayne, yeah.
They all look
Yeah.
the same.
We wore the uniform today, sir.
That's right. That's right. Everybody's got the black shirt on.
And you can
Vic,
see-
you included.
Yes, I am wearing a black shirt. So Wayne, what are you working on today?
I was actually straightening up and categorizing all the tools.
You're lucky Greg lets you play and stuff.
Molding storage here. We've got molding storage behind you as well, and then along this end as well. Again, the more that we're able to keep in stock, the quicker we are to be able to turn things around for you.
It's like a woodworking shop.
It is. So this is the woodworking part. We have a double miter saw that we cut all the wood frames here, cut all the metal frames here. That way the blades don't interchange, and we're not. To cut metal would dull the saw so quickly that it'd be difficult to cut wood on the same machine. So
Gotcha.
we use 2 separate machines. Back over here where Wayne was at, yeah, we've got our fancy hole in the wall here. because some sticks are longer than others.
That's funny.
So this is where we join all the frames together. Each one is joined on the back utilizing an underpinner. Underpinner meaning that the nails actually shoot from the bottom into the frame.
Wow.
So we would set this here in the proper location, set that around, and engage the machine. It will shoot a V-shaped nail up from the bottom into the frame to hold that together until the glue dries. And really, ultimately, the glue is what holds the frame together.
Yeah. That's really cool. Well, this is quite the setup you have back here, so I think we're going to make our way...
One quick
Oh,
other thing.
okay.
Kind of a little known fact. And we're going to go into the corner here. Nobody puts baby
It's
in
like
the
a
corner.
mace. Oh, wow.
We build custom cardboard shipping containers and shipping boxes.
Really?
So if you have a specialty item, if you've got a car part you need to send off to get chromed at a chrome factory, or if you've got, you know, grandma's cedar chest that you want to ship to your cousin in Milwaukee, you just bring in the dimensions and we can cut you the box
Wow.
to fit. And that way you avoid the opportunity for damage during shipping. You can pack it properly. There's enough space in there. You're not just finding some box behind
Yeah.
an Albertsons or a Walmart.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wayne didn't tell me you were doing that.
So he's finishing up that last cut on that mat over here.
So while we're waiting on that, before we finish up, you did mention that you've got something coming up in February.
Right, February 16th, we've got Avenue L, which is a new art gallery community. And so we work with the Big Picture, and we work with NMCO, and we work with a number of folks down in the Arroyo Plaza. We actually formed the L, so Avenue L, up Loman L,
Right.
and then you make the left onto Walnut, and that's your L for us over here on Walnut.
And that starts February.
That's February 16th. We're going to start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Our exhibit this month is going to be Mike Groves, and we're going to do some really exciting pieces, some one-off pieces, some things you've never seen before, and some ideas on some things that you can do in your house with other pieces as well. So
Cool.
It's really a big design
Excellent.
program.
So here's the finished product.
So here's the
Started
finished
off on
product.
the computer screen, and that happened in just a couple minutes.
Right, and you can see I just adjusted that so that it looks right. But we put these together, and that fits right over the art piece. Whether it's a sand painting, whether it's a print, whether it's an original canvas piece, this is going to just be fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Greg, we sure appreciate you taking the time to show us around today. And remember, if anybody needs, not only if you need something framed, or if you want to come by a Mike Groves original
Right.
that we have in here, or you need a specialty cardboard box,
Right.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so head on over here. What's the address up here? We're at
382 South Walnut. We're
382
right
South
behind that
Walnut.
Verizon on the corner of
all right, the new Verizon. So
Yes.
yep. Well, excellent. Well, Greg, we sure appreciate you taking the time, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Vic.